Flat Earth British, Martin speaking. Flat thumbs to all. Good to see you all. Just make sure that everybody is here and I am here. Just come up on the screen. Fantastic. So yeah, I'm back on a Tuesday. I'm well aware of that. I actually, strangely, don't really want to do this post. Strangely, but feel like I have no choice in the matter, really. But we always have a choice. But in this case, I really don't feel like I have. So the strangeness, it might feel a bit weird, all this. I've been feeling a bit weird with it all. And I'll just do a disclaimer, right? This is my experience and my consciousness. So obviously anything I say and go through is my experience, okay? Shared. So I'm sharing my experience. Whether or not you think of anything I'm about to say to be actually true will be determined by the end of this vlog. Now, I know what I feel, okay? I know what I feel on everything I'm about to talk about. Now, why am I back so soon is because there's a sort of download and a sort of message, actually, guys. I was doing some research and a lot of the allegory and a lot of our questions all sort of slammed into place violently in a way that freaked me the fuck out. So I asked for a message to clarify, considering like we're in Armageddon and considering, you know, the topic of everything that, you know, the master of disaster, you know, actually wrote a book on reset and another one. Think about it, guys. So I thought to myself, well, as fantastical as it seems, everything I'm going to be talking about doesn't really matter, because to the outside world, I'm just another nutter on YouTube, aren't I? And, you know, I could be just tripping all of this, guys, and it might not be true. But after all of these years of following this code and this allegory, from what I can see, yeah, the Holy Bible, or that book that they wrote, okay, it's talking about now. And all of that allegory is talking about now. And everything that we've been researching is talking about now. And we're included in it, including biblical prophecy. As it all started to fall into place, some of the characters did too, okay? And it is just, seems really fantastical. I can't even believe I'm saying it anyway. So, but we'll just go with it for the moment, and I'll show you all in a minute what I'm talking about. Flat thumbs, let me just give you all a few shoutage. Happy Tuesday, the day you choose, whether you're going to go out on the rest of the week or not, who even knows. So, love in the midst to his journey. Thank you ever so much for your kindness, everlasting support, and the light you shine, and the energy you bring. It's very beautiful. JC Sun, good to see you. Experimental Elemental, good to see you too. Squirrel Sniper, my epic brother. Mike James, no, from up in Fronda Valley. Lego my ego. You are doing some research, no way. So like to. Gary felt and JJ's there. Good to see you, JJ. Hope you've been camping this summer. Eddie Kazai. It's literally winter in Britain. It's freezing and yucky and raining and stormy and shit. Rav, good to see you, my brother. I watched you 24/7, 365, Martin. How come back whenever? I don't know. Some people just like watching me. It's really weird. Samu, good to see you. Misty World, love you. Oh, Karen Dirt, you're so kind to my Lawrence. So much love to you and Rob up in the Ozarks. Loads of people I know in the Ozarks. Been invited there. Love to go. Beautiful place, but you know, jabbity. I can't see me going anywhere. Unless like fake a jab passport. Things are going to change anyway, as you're going to see. Brenda Harris, good to see you. DNN, good to see you. Randy Church is here as well. And my epic brother Avidas, thanks for all the shares. Flatlake Media, thank you as well for that. Super the other day. And Gary and Fiona and Mike and Katie and Psycho Dave. Keep that fucking from flat, Psycho Dave. Flat and crazy, yo. And Jim's here as well. And Janine in California land. Brian, who's in Llanelli, because we have a really large Welsh contingency in the Fat Earth British family. Starcatcher, how's it going, old chap? Good to see you. And Tom Stanley's here as well. Okay, where's Melage? She was here somewhere. She bought a stealth bomber. Not a real one, toy one. I'm just saying. Joe. Kate Coolio. It's you, Patty Lee, Connor. Right, you're all piling in. Okay, now, what we're going to be talking about in this, some of it's fantastical, but it'd be fun to play with anyway. And some of the evidence actually points towards it, strangely enough. So, a few surprises in this and a few mind splats. Okay, guys, gets a bit shivery when I talk about it, and a bit, can't believe I'm just going to do it anyway, so just get on with it. Is best thing, I think, instead of just like questioning myself and thinking, oh, you know, fucking, he's just a mentalist, Matt. But, you know, whenever you piece it all together, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I just know it. Anyway, so we're going to talk about the angel, Michael. Now, a little while ago, somebody said to me, I got an organite with the 4 angels on it. And the 4 angels seems to be a recurring thing in the life of Martin Liedtke. In fact, I wrote a book, The Holy Grail of Our Flat Earth, which is a decoding of the 4 angels, a magnetic model for the Earth. So, you know, the 4 angels seems to be prominent in Martin's life for some reason. And somebody told me a little while ago that I have angels with me, and he's the 4 angels. In fact, at that time, when he freaked me out, he told me that the angel Uriel had just joined and was on my left-hand side, which gave me an ultimate shiver and freaked me out because I ain't even religious in the slightest. But I'm in the school of thought that angels are electrical forces, but electrical forces that can probably channel a human being. Now, Michelangelo is a genius. And there's a big mystery to how his work has even been accomplished, definitely with the Sistine Chapel. And it's a mystery how he could pull all of this work off. Okay, well, Michelangelo's name is Michelangelo, is the angel Michael. Is it conceivable or possible that this Renaissance genius was the angel Michael itself, or that he was a man who was channeling the entity that is Michael? Now, we're going to learn a little bit about Michael. There's a lot that I didn't know, and it fits spookily in with everything that's going on at the moment, weirdly. But it's best to just explain the way came to me, actually. So we got a load of decodes, and we're going to talk later on about some weirdness as fuck. Really weird. And the idea of getting the keys to the city. You get the key to the city because it's the key where the ship docks. Is it conceivable that in the age of titans and giants and golden age of Tartaria, that some cities, the smaller ones, or even star forts, on rivers, because all of them, and most major cities on Earth are on the shore, on the coast, okay, the rest are on rivers, they have to be, delivered? Could they have been delivered? Fantastical as it sounds, some of the allegory and some of the paintings actually paint towards this idea. And we have, how many times have we seen the Phoenicians with presenting buildings or cities, or actually wearing cities on their heads? Just saying. So 325 of you just appeared out of nowhere. Thank you very much for joining. Make sure to please share this out. Happy Tuesday. It's an in-between sort of day of the week. I know it's 2 days after my last post, but I find it important. And the message was, really, I'll just start here, is I'm not to fuck around anymore. I got to get it on or everyone's going to die. And that goes for Lee as well, and all the Flat Earth British Think Tank. So I can't piss in the wind and waste time anymore, because I don't think the time is there to waste. In all honesty, I don't think the time is there to waste. And I have been wasting it a bit because I haven't been kicking ass enough. I know I think I've been kicking ass, but not really. I need to kick ass a lot fucking more. I need to get things moving bigger, much, much, much bigger. We need to do something drastic, is what I'm saying. Soon. Now. Well, I'm like a fucking old record that just keeps playing over and over again when I keep saying the time is now, the time is now. My first time is now video was 2 years ago. And now look where we are. Anyway, hi, Stacey, love. Good to see you in Massachusetts. Good to see you, love. And Telly Hunt. 100% nice to be a part of this group. It's a beautiful family. I've been reading the comments, and some of the comments, I've had some of the most beautiful things said to me that I've ever had in my life this week. One of them just like, fucking just very, very tearful affair when people think that way about me. And it was just like, fuck me. Anyway, I'm going to get on with it. Okay, Mary Smith, because it's not going to be the 10th of Never, and I really need to, compose myself and get my shit together. Larry of the Void, because it's all sounding weird anyway. I'm aware of that, but I'm going to go with it because it doesn't even matter. Like I said, I'm just a nutter on YouTube, and who's going to take any notice anyway, eh? Anyway, let's learn a bit about the genius of Michelangelo, which could be the actual angel Michael. We'll find out about him in a minute. Very interesting, because it fits the whole Venetian paradigm. And he showed us clues. He showed us everything we needed to know, which is why I think it's a message from the angel Michael. Okay, to this time, when the angel Michael has been fighting evil in heaven, and he hasn't been allowed out of heaven, and the only time he arises or comes back to this earthly plane is in the end of time. So I feel that this is indeed the case, and I will show you all now what I'm talking about. As weird as it all sounds. So, genius, that is Michelangelo, is at his sculpture, his inventions, and some of his interests are mind-blowing, as we'll look into. We'll just scrape upon it because there's such a wealth. This is the Last Judgment, and pretty much everything you need to know is in here, with the whole crucifix on this one side to balance it. And a column of antiquity of architecture being delivered in of high importance by a bunch of angels. No, them pillars in antiquity mean a lot more. And underneath, carnage, the reset. Yeah, people trying to clamber into the boats, getting smacked out. And we've seen this character before, and he's hitting them with the oar here. And people all bunkered in, underground, trying to get out of the reset. So, there's one prominent theme in all of his works, and that is the message that comes from all of the Greek classics, the Roman classics, the Phoenician classics, the Indian classics. All classics give us exactly the same story, the same characters, the same outcome. It's all the same. I just show you. So just to start you a little bit of information you may not have known concerning the angel Michael and his early Christian views. Okay, so he's a healer, and the earliest and most famous sanctuary to Michael in ancient Near East was associated with healing waters. Isn't that interesting? But it goes on to say that his job sort of changed a little bit later on. So according to the Coptic Arab Hexameron, to Michael as a replacement to Satan. Accordingly, after Satan fell, Michael was appointed to the function Satan served when he was still one of the noble angels. Oh, is that so? So he dies in Rome. There's a bit of a story to Michelangelo, if I'm honest with you, but I'm not buying it. I really not. I think there's something supernatural going on with the whole thing. I think it's one message that's meant to be unlocked. And once it's unlocked, the whole paradigm unlocks and all of it becomes visible to us all. So yeah, Michael is mentioned in the Hebrew Bible only 3 times in the Old Testament, book of Daniel. Prophet Daniel had a vision after having undergone a period of fasting. Yeah, well, that'll do it. Describes Daniel's vision of an angel who identifies Michael as the protector of the Israelites. And who are the Israelites? The Welsh. Daniel is informed Michael will arise during the time of the end. What time are we in, guys? If you don't think it's now, well, what do you think this is? Do you know what's coming? Do you know what they're up to? The fucking jab guys? The book of Revelation describes the war in heaven, and Michael, being stronger, defeats Satan. After the conflict, Satan is thrown to earth along with his fallen angels, where in the ancient serpent called the devil still tries to lead the whole world astray. So Michael's referred as an archangel when he confronts Satan. Now, let's just have a little think a second and turn this into allegory of weapons. Now, as I proposed before, Lucifer to be some sort of doomsday weapon that resets this entire place, the crucible, the orb, whatever. But it's the thing that makes the mud floods. It's the thing that does all of that. Okay? And it would seem that the opposite, to make that not happen, is Michael, the angel Michael. And if Michael is also, apart from being like a physical or an entity out there in the spiritual realm, which I really do think so at this moment in time, as weird as it sounds, and I ain't even religious, right? But I think this electrical force, this Michael, is what stops the reset and what is happening right now. Biblical prophecy is unfolding as I'm talking right now. As this vlog ends, I don't think any of reality will be the same again. I really do not. And I thought it before I even posted it. I didn't feel easy. I felt weird. I felt spooky about it all. So he takes on Satan. He takes on evil. And he fucks it up royally with his fiery sword. So I've covered this fiery sword about 2 years ago as electromagnetic technology. And we've seen fiery swords on the Nuremberger of 18th century Germany pictures. And we have seen electromagnetic. So I'm definitely thinking along this stage, we are talking about doomsday style apocalyptic weaponry. And I think Michael is the antidote, is what I'm thinking. And I think that Michael comes back in the time when the time's running out, and that would be now. And I really do think Michael, whatever it is, has returned, is what I believe, or what I think. So you don't have to go with that. I'm just saying this is what I'm getting from the whole thing at the moment. So to kill evil and get rid of them, we're going to need this, whatever this is, this technology. Okay, and maybe we'll just be guided straight to it, like with the ship, like with the boat, which is all in this vlog as well. There's a definite big message from the angel Michael. So you don't have to believe in angels. I do, and I always have. And I got, every time somebody looks at me, a homeless guy said to me the other day, guys, he took one look and he said, you got angels with you. And we both just had waves of, chills, goosebumps. And he said, you look really sad. And it looks like you have angels with you. You're protected. And I was like, you don't even know me, dude. How do you know this? So Michael, he's an archangel. Again, arc. Electrical arc, yeah, EL. So it says here, the Michael 1 interpretation is EL, and we've interpreted EL as to be who is like EL, who we've interpreted to be Deu, again, which is electricity, okay? So I'm definitely still thinking along the lines of some sort of, God technology, guys, and it all playing out now with the reset, which is without question, isn't it, at this period? It's just getting weirder and stranger by the fucking day. Yeah, it is. It's just going off the rails now, guys. You can't keep up with this just fucking utter retardation constantly with the space, with the fucking stupid plague, all of it. Yeah, they're just going to fucking take us to catastrophe if we don't fucking stop them. And this is it. And not long away as well, guys. Really close into the fucking future. We got children we got to think about. I think he tipped us off. One of his things that he was really into, bar invention, was doing schematics for star forts. Michael, Angelo, and star forts. So an angel looking into star forts. So I'm thinking, was he guiding us to the star forts on water, stealth technology, almost impregnable. We don't know what they do apart from they got fractal geometry and they are, you know, super futuristic. Is he guiding this to these, and are these the acts? And is that their purpose? Why? In late 1400s, in the Renaissance period, post-reset, you know, we were surmising, was Michelangelo the last Tatarian? But his artworks show that he is, you know, the paradigm is like these, he's showing all clues and guides. So yes, he might have been a Bacchusite. He shows Bacchus enough on his artworks, but I think there was more going on. I think the way other artists give away their controllers by putting rotten fruit in the pictures and paintings. And have you ever noticed the word painting? It's painting. Yeah. I want to get this painting out on a canvas. Pain and ting. Painting. I never even thought about it till yesterday. So yeah, he got crazy inventions going on. Everything from the helicopter to the bazooka to tanks, hundreds of years. And he did some work. He was commissioned by the Medici family in Florence to do Medici artworks, basically make them look like superhuman fucking Phoenicians. So he's crazy into the human form, but is, you know, what he does with geometry, and he shows you the nature of this place, you know, with Fibonacci sequence in all of his artworks. If you put any of his artworks into a mirror image, some of them, I'm sure you might be able to see on Niven's at some stage channel, they show you the real codes. And he knew the, you know, you see the surface and you think, oh, it's just like a lady looking sad and all that, but you look fucking deeper and there's a bigger code. Like that, for example. Look at this. This is a Medici effort with the braids and the hair, the craziness going on. It's all a technology for the times they were living in. And he did these sketches, and he done one, and it was literally the mud flood. There's dates on the layers of the mud. I'm not even joking. I'll show you if it comes up in a minute. I thought, oh my days, this is a bit mud floody though. But again, everyone dying in bunkers. Would you want us to be reduced to that? Again, with the I wonder if you had human models to do this, but again, a reset, everyone huddled on one last bit of rock and everyone else sinking into the mud. So again, he does it with a mud flood. And he pictured from the also maps from a bird's eye perspective of cities as well. So he was a bit of a cartographer going on. But, you know, there's a big catalogue of his invention of architecture as well. He's thought to invent the aeroplane. He's thought to invent well, an Archimedes type screw affair, sort of pump basically for pumping water, etc. And thought to have, you know, the armadillo tank, okay, which is already referred to, which was an armored tank with anything from ballista bolts to bazookas in it. So high advanced stuff for 500 years ago, and a helicopter. He even had a bearing, you know, location by there. So a proper working helicopter. So, you know, when we found all this out, we thought, oh yeah, he's definitely a Tatarian. He's exhibiting Tatar tech in, you know, the old world technology. Well, what we expected, but he's doing star thoughts. He's, you know, the weird thing about this is we're seeing star thoughts here, and they are attributed and cited to Michelangelo. Yeah, when you look into the official narrative, you know, some of these weren't even supposed to be in place. There was hardly any star thought action at, like, say, 1472. By the way, just saying. Look, infinite detail of star thoughts. And flower life, sacred geometry, Fibonacci sequence, golden ratio here. And it's just circled around with the golden ratio. So he's fantastically genius. He knows the nature of reality, the fractal nature of this place. As you can see, flower of life. This is Michelangelo's knows about this place. So he's a genius. So where did he tap his genius? And his name's the angel Michael. And he also did a parachute. I wonder if a pyramid parachute would work better than a dome one. So, and many other inventions and craziness, as I'm sure you know. But check out his star thought details. This one here. Yeah. Pre-1500. What is it doing there? And what's this long circular bit here? Can't really get it. It's closer when I close it. Bigger when I close it. So, yeah. So he had an interesting early perspective on star foot. What the context is, I don't really know. Michelangelo's artwork on the Sistine Chapel, many questions. They don't really know how he managed to do it. They say, oh, he must have commissioned a load of painters. They all did a section each, and they all must have been master workmen. It just fucking boggles belief, guys. This place is what is survived at least 3 resets since the Renaissance period, hasn't it? But if you look at the chapel itself, the Sistine Chapel, it's a mud flooder. I mean, this thing goes really deep compared to the room inside, and it's got a basement. This thing's a mud flood building, and somehow some technology kept all this stuff out of it. So again, with the messages, okay, this cross-eyed again, always with the cross-eyed. Even the Christ on Jesus Christ Superstar, the movie, had these funny eyes going on. What is that? What is that? Crystal ball? Is he going to tell our future, maybe? Sinister. So here's some of the paintings on the side of the Sistine Chapel, and they go through, you know, Nebuchadnezzar and the building of Babel, Noah's flood, and all these biblical stories as well. But you know, you can see the emperor, and he's sitting in one of those porticos with the shell above him, like we talk about. And they, you know, usually they got a statue in this place in this era, you know, the era of the Middle Ages knights, which is in the old classical world, because that's when all this stuff went down. And they're frying a dude there. So they got like cannibalism and cooking people on the Sistine Chapel side walls. So there's what he looked like. He died aged 88 in Rome. So he had a fair old life, they say, for somebody of that time. And some funny stories associated with his life, but it's all just to give a narrative. So that is what he did. The Last Judgment and all of the frescoes, all of the walls of the Sistine Chapel. It just fathoms belief. They can't work it out in the modern day how any of this went down 500 years ago. Yeah. Well, the old giants working off scaffolding. What about, you know, the weather, cracking? It's just 1,000 questions. The pigments, the color. Look at it. So this is supposed to be Adam and God giving the creation, actually, the creation picture, but giving information to Adam, or sparking him into activity. And this era as well, you know, camera obscura he was showing, which is more or less some sort of lensing, reversing a camera. So he had cameras too, 500 years ago. And look at this. It's just ridiculous size of painting. It's got to be one of the biggest artworks in the world. And not only that, it's actually a masterpiece, and it's that big. What? A wall masterpiece. So people say that this is the pineal gland, don't they? Because it looks like a sliver of the pineal gland, but it also looks like the brain. It looks like the brain, doesn't it? Like a side section of brain. And all these all are figments of consciousness and different aspects of our personality. And God, whose sort of position where the pineal gland would be, us, is the manifestors of reality. Well, in that narrative, actually, I should go back really to that narrative of Sir Michael. It actually states that he will manifest a new reality, it says in that narrative. So, yeah, a lot of demons ripping everyone apart in this narrative. And Michael comes along and sorts all that out. So you can see this Phoenician theme with his artworks. And not all of them are on the Sistine roof, walls and ceiling. You've done a few masterpieces. That's the Noah's one. This is quite creepy, this one as well. You've got people in different boats, but the ark itself is a house, is a building, which we've said on Beaver Dam technology video, is a building. So what's this little human here in a box? Is this a homunculus, or have they got action men in 1500s or earlier? And the two masks, you're going to see this a lot to do with the masquerade of the Phoenicians. The bow is code as well. These are all classical characters. And there he is, Michael slaying the dragon with his shield, in this case with a cross, but he's got plasma behind him, so it's definitely some sort of technology in my head, but more. So that's the crucifixion of St. Andrew upside down, and he looks really pissed off about it as well. Again, supposed to be happening in the far off Bronze Age Bible, Old Testament stuff. And here we got people from the Middle Ages, because that's when that shit went down. So there he is, looking really cheesed off about the whole affair. But he's getting on a bit. Looks like he's had a fair crack at the whip. He shouldn't grumble, really. Yeah. And some more of the frescoes. Now, these paintings are covered with demonic characters as well as some of the personalities you might recognize, like Bacchus, Apollo, Jupiter, Mercury, etc. So Michael is definitely looking chickish there. But I think with angels, I think there's androgyny going. I don't think they're male or female. I don't think, you know, they got like bits because they're angels. I don't think that comes into it. But I might be wrong. Who knows? So Michelangelo statues, he's done a big wealth of them. I don't want to show too many, but they are really clued up like Bernini's are. That is the tomb of Michelangelo. And apparently there's some weirdness going on with this as well. So he's been laying in there in state 500 years. Apparently still smelling sweet as roses. There he is, age 88. Commissioned his own statue just before his death at his tomb. So apparently that's a good likeness of Michelangelo. And he did Roman or Phoenician emperors as well. So they commissioned him. That's what he got his money. And this is not a famous statue in Florence. But again, with the masks, take the masks off and who's underneath. And now they got everyone wearing masks. The owl. Yeah, the owl. I'm not sure what that is. But you know, I'm not going to point out that this is like liberty as well, isn't it? This is a satanic character. But you know what this is? This is Europa. Yeah, Europa. And she's, you know, she's got a fair pair of breasts on her. And this is the statue of David, which I covered the other day, or vlog before last, which is just as strange as it gets for some sort of stone creation. So there she is, Europa. There's a bit of a narrative for that story, but it's in Ovid, which is a massive clue. COVID, Ovid. Later on. So yeah, and bust of Michelangelo's tomb, there it is there. Okay, I'll show you some information. The Chronicles often reports that after saints die, their bodies remain in good condition and they smell good. This phenomena could last for years after the saint's death. People saw this as concrete proof of the unique divine nature of a saint. When Michelangelo was brought back to Florence, it had been 20 days since his death, and he's in a still sealed coffin was open in front of a large group of witnesses who were all surprised that the body had not decayed or decomposed and that there was a good scent. Okay, so Michelangelo didn't rot. He smelled like roses. You're sounding like an angel. And is that angel, that said angel, trapped inside that vault or that whatever it is? So yeah, somebody tried to rob it. I know it sounds crazy, but there it is, the tomb monument in Santa Cruz, and stolen the body of a political dissident. So that was something to do with the Medici Mafia as well. Somebody was sent in to try and steal Michelangelo's body as well. So we had a bit of that going on with David, didn't we? Somebody smashed his feet in. They know something about all of this, guys. Come on. This stuff's too fucking weird. We can't do any of this. This is otherworldly stuff. This is supernatural, man. Costs more than a house, eh? So yeah, let's move on. So the four angels. There are seven angels, but there's no coincidence that there's the four horsemen of apocalypse. I think they might be like, you know, the flip side, the evil side. I don't even know. But the four angels in angelic tradition, left to right. Gabriel. Okay, that's the Archangel Gabriel. Michael, Uriel, and Raphael. So that's interesting. Who is Lucifer's mother? Who is Lucifer's mother? Is Aurora. Yeah. Aurora is cognate of Vedic goddess Ashas. So the Vedic goddess. Lithuanian goddess, a shrine, and Greek Eos. And the three whom are also goddesses of the dawn, just like Mercury, who is goddess of the dawn. So yeah, sort of all falling into place in my Brian. So who's the highest angel of God? Is Seraphim. Seraphim. Who is God us? What does that mean? Who is God us? I don't know what that means, actually. So yeah, so the four angels, Michael is one of them, and there is a tradition that it comes back in the end of times to play all of this biblical prophecy, which is the verdict, which is the Greek mythology, which is Ovid, which is Homer's Iliad, which is the Bhagavad Gita, which is all of it. It's all the same tale. They're telling us the same fucking thing. It's all about now. It's trippy, as weird as it all fucking sounds. I believe it to be true. I'd not believe because that's a stupid word. Stop sharing. I'm coming back. Ew. So that's what I've been up to, as weird as it all sounds. Hi, James. Good to see you. Mirror 3388. Right. Says Carlos Russo. Interesting. 711 of you on a Tuesday. Thank you for joining. We're going to talk about next a new word, okay, which is mudluge, which is like deluge, but with mud, right? And it fits like better, and we're a bit bored with mud floods. We want more, what I want. Mudluge. So I like mudluge. It sounds funky, okay? So there's Hitchem, or Hickam. Good to see you, my brother. Leroy, nice one. Deco Doos, my brother. Martin, Shelker, Grotto, yours are shells. Oh, let me read that a minute, excuse me. Shells are yours, so you go in and you in the earth and you can hear your mind, body, and soul. You know the shells on the allegory? I think that they are us because we are shells and our souls are inside them. Just like with the fallen angels, they're trapped on earth in shells, aren't they? Their souls. I don't even know why I'm thinking about all that. In a million years, I wouldn't have give a fuck, guys, or even thought about it all. I don't even know why. I'm just being led to it, and then there's fucking like sort of downloads, and then I'm like blown away, and I'm like, well, I gotta share because that's what I'm supposed to do because I'm in the saving humanity business. And my way I think about it, I was thinking, if we're in the end times, okay, which we are. Okay, because this is a fucking reset happening. Don't need me to prove it to you anymore. Don't even doubt it, do you? Then, if the Revelations or the Book of Revelations and all of the prophecies that all tell the same story were to be true, which I think that whoever, the social engineers, the Phoenicians, the controllers, the writers of the program, whoever they are, have shown us and want somebody or people, a think tank, because I could never have done this on my own, to put this big puzzle together. And once the puzzle is completed, it'll tell us everything we want to know about this place and our place in reality. Okay? And I think the code has been there all along. And I think you all know too. So yeah, bits of that are coming out. So wake then, Martage. Come on. Winky dink. Woke then, Martinich. Came on, winky dink. I don't know what that means, but woke. I don't know. No jab for me. Good. Don't do that. You fucking explode. Later on, when you're walking down the street and you blow up, don't fucking blame us. Valerie Parks, Mary Smith. I ain't even fucking joking. Or you'll just be a jaffer. You got any kids? Don't have the jab. You won't be fucking having any. Giletto, you're jaffer. Seedless. I Hat Fairies. Good to see you. Liddy, Seaman, Raven Talk, good to see you. Werewolf, Monster Michael, good show. It's a good place that is. I've covered that a bit. It's well worth a look at. Fazza, good to see you. Michael De Silva, here. I'm like a mollusk. You clam up. Chris Duggan, Dave M, Michael Paratit, and Skull and Bones, good to see you. Ovid's Latin for sheep, indeed it is. I think there's a clue there. Mary Smith, high quality Martage. Thanks. It's a bit weird, I know. I missed you, Wilt. So what do you think? Do you think that the actual angel Gabriel, Michael, could actually be in reality and come back, and has got something to do with killing all the evil in this place. Gonna need the hands because there's fucking loads of them in there. It's like 99%. It's like we'd have to be like Sparta 300 us right now. Yeah, to fight all of the evil in the world. We would have to be like Sparta. Yeah, we would have to be. It's like 300 taking on a Persian army. I shit you not, it is. But don't worry, because we got like really good like supernatural friends helping us out. Not bad, eh? Anyway, Mudluge. Haze in my face. Mudluge. And the strangeness, it's not as strange as you might seem, because our social engineering benefactors, the Tavistock Institute, have told us this might be the case, as weird as this sounds. So we'll share this. Peace and love to you all, flat thumbs. Happy Tuesday, I guess. So, where am I? Mudluge is like deluge, only not. So is it conceivable? Because how many times have we seen in some of these allegorical pictures, paintings of the Middle Ages and the Phoenician paintings that show us people wearing buildings? And these could be giants. And is it conceivable that you could literally take a building or a cathedral or something of this scale up a river or on a coast and literally deliver it to said city? And maybe because of some of the shapes of medieval town walls, that the town walls themselves are the size of said ship and the entire contents are a ship and cities are ships. It's just different size and conceivably massive. And the ships of today are just, again, just like a parody of the old world. So not as weird as you may think. Here again, you can see the Phoenicians literally delivering architecture. Is it not conceivable that some of these buildings that we see in the classical buildings in our cities have been delivered this method? Because they're surely showing these on rafts. This one's already been put in place. And this one is on rafts. Could they deliver architecture like that? How would they get it off? No, they put the whole ship into there. So imagine it, yeah. They come along, Phoenicians. Everything is mud flooded. And, you know, he's showing here, you got a city. And it's got literally a wall around it. So he's like, you know, we'll just tow this in, stick it on the mud. It'll sink in because it's all like mudluge outside the city walls. Don't worry about all that. That'll be all mudluge as well. And then we'll dig them out in front of them when they're all sunk in. Okay, it'll be all fine. We've already got footings, ballast, all in place. The whole thing is one big structure already built, put in place, bam, poof, city. Like so. Yes, here's our church. I think we'll just deliver that in place. That should go nicely. And what about this church? Yes, I think this will go nicely on the corner of that street the ship took in the other day. Yes, yes. And a collection of towers and churches through the medieval world. Is it conceivable that they just deliver these things in the Phoenician world after the post, after reset? Here's a massive building, just take it up a canal, a channel, into a little sluice, pack it up, boom. Yeah, maybe the wood rots off. Maybe just that's left. It's just, yeah, they could do that. Of course they could. They're doing it there, look. In the Victorian era, they're delivering a massive Antiquitech church. And as that just pulls up in the river, bam. But yeah, you could conceivably put these on land. Why not? Like this. So the Phoenicians, this ship here, it's got the stern of a Phoenician vessel, but the front bit, okay, is actually this wood here and this bit here, which is just the quayside, really. So I guess when you like, you know, you're one of them and they give you the key to the city, is because you get a key, okay, which is this bit here, the key, and you get the key to the city. That makes perfect sense if that was the case. You know, this sort of thing. Just take it out, dump it there, boom, there's your city. Although that's a smaller version, but, you know, just like this guy's showing. We'll just sail those fuckers in. Look at this, though, for the Louisiana Purchase Exposition. That's worth looking into. The Sea Rover. Well, like the Moon Rover, the Sea Rover, does it carry anything like this giant column? So you've got double fasces, Labrise, and they're opposing, just showing you these are weapons. And he's got some sort of tech in his hands. Nice motifs. And it looks like, is this ice or water? He's got a ram as a figurehead, so that's quite demonic in itself. So it is conceivable. Why do I think that? Well, it had clues. This is a clue. Have you ever seen this? This is the meaning of life, yeah? Every sacred sperm. This is our Tavistock Institute controllers, social engineering in the public, one of their best people, Monty Python. And this is the Crimson Permanent Assurance Part 2 advert. And what happens is ships sail into London and, just like I proposed, just sail that fucker in, yeah? Just sail that fucker in. Let me give you some speed. Oh, that's too quick. Excuse me. There you are. So sail that fucker in. Oh, excuse me. There you are. So the entire building's moving and sailing. And actually having a broadsides, because the building is actually a ship too. Fantastic, eh? Yeah. So they've done it in the movies, and I guess they've done it in other films, like Inception, when they fold cities and stuff. Also, you may have seen this movie. This is Mortal Engines. As soon as this came out, half the world turned up and said, Martin, you've got to see Mortal Engines. They've only done an Antiquitech London that like sort of rolls across the mud-flooded world and delivers itself to a new location every time. So, you know, they're showing you in the movies as well that they do this stuff sort of, you know, conceivable. And this is in the entire city of London in some futuristic Mortal Engines film, big cities that are on huge rollers, which go and just put themselves in place. Bam, there's your city. Could that work the same for Star Forts? They're all on water, like the Axe that are on water. You know, just sort of, you know, here's an old Leeds Atlas. I'll show you what I mean. This is from 1733. Castles are all in moats and they're all in water around them. Is it conceivable they put them in water? Because originally these were some sort of vessel. The wood, whatever, rots off, or the vessel is the vessel. And this is why the water's all the way around them. I can just see it. I can just see them being plonked there, just like Mortal Engine shows after a reset into the mud. Wouldn't it make sense? And they show us this in the allegory, you know, like that entire thing there, yeah, with the walls, yeah, just everything outside again, and no coinky dink right next to the river. You could just bring this in and put it in place, and everything is outside is mud again from a bird's eye perspective. Again, the mud. Ooh, look at the mud on this one. How many feet high? So yeah, the world is wrecked in 1733, and the mud is still in place in all of Lead van der Haar Atlas's 1733 we have found. Look at that. Everything deep in mud. What's that about? 30, 40 foot. So yeah, these you can find loads of Star Forts in these books. They're absolutely fantastic. I'll just squiz through a few to show you for that idea. Now remember, all Star Forts are on rivers. All cities are on rivers. Most. You won't find a city hardly unless it's in, like, you know, remote desert with any water, because people can't live there, can they? So look at this. And we have seen Roman depictions as well, with parts of the Roman cities, like this bit here, being an actual ship that is part of the city. And the buildings, they copy ships as well. And the lanes in cities are shipping lanes, aren't they? So, you know, this are these ships of a sort. It looks like the sort of shape, doesn't it? All on river. Partly across land, maybe. Who even knows? So I'll be able to link these up to you if you think, oh, these are good. I've got a couple to show you. So maybe the Star Forts are an axe technology originally. Why ever would Michelangelo be doing schematics for them? Unless there's some sort of weapon technology. Tricky question, that one. But check this out. Any doubts about mud flood 1733? Wow. So how deep is it there? What is this? Was this that's communication tower? 7033. I don't think that's supposed to be there. So everything is big, high mud. They built some sort of sluice there. This is what they did. They were like in the fens in England. They built just little dikes and sluices and just drained the land with these things, the windmills. Pump the land. That's why Holland has so many windmills. They weren't originally for corn. They were for pumping water off the land, which they would do. And they would do it energy-free wise as well, because the wind drives them, which is fantastic. Wind, I'm finding, is infinitely dangerous. Wind can fucking kill you, because wind is just air moving and pressure, and it's like really dangerous. So I found yesterday with things flying through the air. So to live in a city is worth a thought anyway. It's something to think about anyway. And some of the evidence does point at that. And it's no coincidence to think that most of the world's populations are on cities on the coast. And you think to yourself, well, that's a bit dangerous, isn't it? Having most of the world's population on coast, especially if you had a giant tsunami. Wouldn't everyone die? Fuck yeah. Maybe that's why they're all on the coasts. You wouldn't want them inland, safely away from all that water, would you? You want them on the coast where we fucking kill them all. Look at this then. Circuit board gardens. Looks like a circuit board. And let's have a look at this church. Yeah, well, you won't get any graves. Because that's not what it is. Looks bell-free. Well, that's a futuristic looking spire. What's going on with that? That's a strange looking, sort of skinny looking church there. Not sure what to think about that. So look at that one. It's a bit more antiquitech going on. Looks Dutch. Ooh, where is the rest of this building? Yes, and you got to have a door 30 foot in the air. Of course you can. Especially, got to, haven't you? But that's again what I was thinking, see, guys. With some of this architecture, they'd done in tiers. I've shown them 1,000 times. So if there was a flood and it came up this far, then you can go in here this door. And if the water came up to here, you go in this door. And if the water came up to here, you'd still have that. I reckon with these buildings, they definitely 100% thought about floods and mud floods in their, when they're dropping them off. Because they would have had to been put there at some stage. It's not like they just been like, magically manifested. Although in the simulation, that could be a thing. I'm not saying, just saying it's more likely that these things were originally built, because that's what Brian would tell you, isn't it? So yeah, here's another one. So yeah, arcs are a thing if there is going to be some sort of biblical reset. And I reckon Noah's Ark was a building, a house on a boat to be dropped off. Like you can see, it's just a massive sort of shed, if you like. And this is another Levander Heart Atlas, and it will show you Noah's Ark, and there's some seriously good depictions in this. I posted first this about 4 years ago, and hardly anybody watched it. I was sharing these things out every single day. If you go on my Tatarian channel, you can pick yourself up a couple of thousand links. They're all there. Check this out, Nineveh. And you get the Tower of Babel, which could be a computer of some sort. But look at this. So everything outside is gardens, beautiful gardens, and fountains to rehydrate us because the sun's distilling us and killing us. And we need to revitalize humanity with the waterfalls to keep them alive, because there's something else going on with the climate. Let's have a look at the trees. They're tropical, okay. And nice big block of flats in the ancient world, and a nice big Greco-Romano city. And is this Nineveh? I think it is. Nineveh, indeed. So, yeah, it's completely enclosed by some sort of star fort shape. Very, very high walls, obelisks technology, rivers running in through doors. And I think they might have force field technology with this Nineveh. I really do. I think there's something going on with these turrets. Force field technology. And it's a star fort. In the Bible, when they say all this shit turns up in the late Middle Ages era, like 1600s, we built all this. We found them, really. We found them. So, yeah, this has actually got all the schematics done on the same thing as the Bible for building a big, massive building, a house, a warehouse that floats, yeah, to get all of the creatures on Earth. So if that was done, they would have had to been in test tubes or in maybe stasis, maybe they drugged them, but I can't imagine like a billion different species or whatever's on the earth being here. But they did have dragons on Noah's Ark. They did have dragons and dodos. Or are they toucans? Might be dodos. So things that are extinct. There's Noah and family. She's cooked a chicken. I see they're not vegetarian. Oh, I bet they... Oh, my God. I hope she didn't cook one of the chickens. You know what that means, don't you? That means the extinction of that species of chicken. So I guess we'll never find out what species that was. So Noah, thought to be Gallius. Noah is definitely some sort of Phoenician character. Probably psychopathic. Although God or this realm or wherever this place is decided to give him the information, or they're telling us for an act. But I think it's more general. I think that there was loads of acts. I think that the clues, this is a you know, why is arc, like electrical arc, the same word as arc that we survive in? Is no coincidence in my eyes. The arc and an arc. Archangel, arc for getting inside to survive a reset. You know, this is the stuff that will, you know, if there's an extinction level event, then this is what does it. And this just can be expanded upon. Look at the size of these. Doing toy boats, are they? The Cherubinowskis. So they're doing buoyancy tests for said boat, which is a building. So the weather starts to turn, and it starts to get a bit nasty. Sky turns black. Oh, it's not looking too good, is it? Where's the rest of her? She has no legs. She has no legs. Has she any legs? No, she has no legs. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. She got drunk and she's legless. And the water starts to rise. And oh no, as you know how this goes down, don't you? But yeah, Gallius. The story of Noah going across Europe and Asia is fantastic. If you haven't seen that, it's on this channel. Just go back. He gets up to all sorts. He's a bit of a boy, is Noah. He's Gallius. And this is the post-reset flood world. I reckon 1733, they knew what was happening and the extent of it all. And what, you know, who went where? Europa by Japhet. And Ham went across Asia, and at this period Tartaria exists. Tartaria exists post Noah's flood because it's the golden era. And there's Nineveh again. Just have a little look. Excuse me, 800 of you watching. How fantastic is that for a Tuesday? Make sure please share this out, and thanks everybody from on Facebook, Martin Matson's Facebook, and Richard Lopez's Epic News, Flat Earth News and Reports channel on Facebook. Hi all you guys too. So yeah, up the river, everything's muddied, camping outside, river's going in. And look at this skinny thing here. What could that do? They look like computer components, and the whole thing looks exactly like a chip. Looks exactly like a processor. No coinky dink. So there was different towers. It wasn't only the Tower of Babel. There's another one here. Betlis. They were building another big tower of Betlis. And what's on top? Aerials. I don't know. But I definitely think these towers could have been some sort of technology. And this is the way they've interpreted it. They built a super tower, a supercomputer. Yeah. To hold this realm in place while this transition was taking place, getting evil out of here, saving everyone. Look at this shirt. Tell me that's not a laser beam or some sort of force field technology, because a ship could go straight up here and infiltrate Nineveh, no problem. Yeah, so they got some sort of tech there. Zzz. This is a Van de Graaff generator of some sort. Zzz, I reckon. So yeah, super futuristic for, again, Bronze Age. Don't know what the big pit in the floor is. Let's see if we can find out what the big pit in the floor is. No, they don't fucking tell us. It's in the description. So again, that's a different sort of tower, isn't it? Nesting technology. Door up there, door up there, door up there. So I'm guessing if the flood comes up to you, you can go in that door. If the flood comes up to you, you can go in that door. And if the flood comes up to you, you can go in that door, or that door, or that door. or alternatively to Tarian air flight, dropping them off, and that's the air terminal. That makes more sense. And there it is, the futuristic Babylon, Tower of Babel. It gets me every time I look at these pictures. I'm thinking, fuck me, you know, what did he have frame of reference in 1733? Because nothing in the world looked like this, you know. And he's got like this super futuristic, you know, if that skyscraper went up in London now, it'd look like the Gherkin or something like that. You know, it'd be really futuristic. Again, classical world. So it starts with an arc again, arch, yeah. So again, arc, arch. So this is massive, and they go through it. So that might be for demagnetize, and then they go around like a torus. Okay, goes round again, goes round again. But imagine, look how high this is, and what could have been inside it. Oh, last ditch attempt at saving humanity, eh? And look at the trees. This is supposed to be fucking, you know, Persia. This is supposed to be Iran or Iraq. It's supposed to be the Euphrates. And, you know, there's no palm trees here. They're all British trees. So it shows the climate was different back then for them to be drawing this sort of thing. And there it is when it's super futuristic later. It does look like it might, you know, give off a vibration or a frequency. It does look like a computer tower. Now look at it. And it does look like it might give off some sort of loud sound. Yeah. It might be just the sounds. You know, we've always said here, guys, you know, tar in a jar, guys, star in a jar. We find that sound, we light up, and it's game over. And it's just a frequency, guys. And I think we're getting close, you know. It just feels something, you know. Like you can't put words to it because there's no words for it all. That's the sacking of Jerusalem. And some strange Jesuit showing where the deluge was. Look at this geo of Earth, right? This is fucking ridiculous. People who believe that, you know, this is pretty good one for 1733. But you take all the water away from the globe Earth model, and all you're left with is this bit of shitty fucking really, really, you know, dented and weird thing. So that is really what it's supposed to look like, yeah? And then they reckon the water adheres to all of this in a pear-shaped circle is insanity. All of it is just insanity. I can't believe anybody's actually believing all of that, especially at this stage of the game. Okay, moving on. I'll link them up. I know they are fantastic, and we'll link them up. And I need to get on. Now, this was linked to me from Lee earlier. This is fantastic. If I just refresh it, what it is, it's supposed to be world births and deaths simulated real time. And it tells us something. I think it's utter bullshit, but let me just restart it and you'll see. Restart simulation. I might have to reset it. Okay, let me just, excuse me. Load of balls. It's a load of balls, Mel. They reckon, you know, there's what world population 7,93,374,366 estimated, and it goes up each second, as you will see. What you see is births are blowing deaths out of the water. The births deaths are about a third of. Oh, come on, reset your bugger. Okay, sorry about this fucking thing. Reset, and it shows you minute to minute, you know, or second to second, where I can't believe anybody's being clocked up day to day. Come on, you fucker. Sorry to mess you around. Precious seconds of your life. It's 800 people you waiting, and we might have to come back to this a bit later. Start simulation. Why is it taking so long? Anyway, I'll get back to that. I might have to. Let's let that roll for a minute, because I can't be asked waiting. I'll show you in a minute. So I was looking into the origins of the word juggernaut, and it's very interesting, this. So juggernaut is obviously a large lorry in British and all over the world, but check this out. A juggernaut is current English usage, is a literal or metaphorical force regarded as merciless, destructive, and unstoppable. This usage originated in mid-19th century, and they got this right? This car of Juggernaut, okay, 1851. There's one in India, and apparently people kill themselves under it as some sort of worship. Figurative use of the word and analogous to figurative uses of steamroller or battering ram to mean something overwhelming. Its ground in social behavior is similar to that of a bandwagon, but with overtones of devotional sacrifice. It's British English meaning is heavy truck. All right, we get that. So apparently they're in Sanskrit. Krishna had himself a juggernaut as well. And it says here as well that the Hindus, as religious sacrifice, casted themselves under the wheels of these huge chariots and being crushed to death. It appeared in Charles Dickens's Life of Adventures of Martin Chuzzlewit, and also Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde has the juggernaut. So what does it look like? So it's big, it kills people, and this is one illustrated in 1855. So again, a bit like a city, a bit like Mortal Engines. Just roll that fucker in. So is it some sort of tech? It looks weird, doesn't it? I think it might be some sort of tech. So yeah, people used to jump into that, kill themselves. And there's bigger juggernauts in 2007 festival here in this modern era. So yeah, the juggernaut. Who knew? And that's the one again. So yeah, just an extension on our education, the juggernaut. So let's have a look at some pictures. Now, Transformers, robots in disguise. So let's just share some pictures. I'll be coming back very shortly. 840 of you watching. Very kind. Please share this out. Could you like my video if you did as well? Because it all helps with the analytics. They've been stepped on. My last video, right, guys? When I went into the analytics, immediately following the show, it said that I had 6,500 people watch that live stream, my last live stream. Yet on the screen for YouTube, it said 4,500. So it's a bit of a fucking discrepancy, and it never really catches up either. The twats just hiding everything. So yeah, I talked about Ovid and this Greek Roman classical poem saying that, about a globe. But look, this is the Jewish version, or the Greek version, sorry, with Tartary there as being hell under chaos. Okay. Another realm called Tartary. And the earth being, entirely surrounded by some sort of sphere-age. But still a dome, but a dome beneath as well. And why not? That crucifix with a cross, that could be the inertia plane Mount Meru, and showing us that we're in some sort of snow globe, but more like a fortune teller's crystal ball type of affair. So is this a portal? This is in the Middle Ages depiction. You've got some Jesuits. Guy there looks like Satan doing a contract, doing a deal. And in this, they're all praying outside, and there's some sort of portal, because there's no church behind this arch, and there's like just a deity and a dragon and burning sort of stuff. So I would say these porticos and these portals that they show us, this shit was going down, guys. What made it active? Words make it active. If you know the sounds of the word for God, if you know the sounds of the words of different things, it will make it come into reality. Again, holding antiquity. This one, they don't know why he's wearing glasses, because it's from the Middle Ages, and he's holding this building, and it's identical to this one in New York City. But it is a skyscraper, and this is supposed to be, an ancient statue. So also, different Asian theologies of what this place is, and they also show a dome of earth and the earth on top of what could be a dead massive tree, or the top of a mountain, like a lot of theologies say we live on top of a mountain. And this is like a mesa, and this shows that mesa, with the water all filled in, and not an ice wall enclosing us, but some sort of dome. And this is an old depiction of Venice. Now, Venice is, if that was the case with bringing ships in and, bringing city ships in, Venice is definitely a culprit for that. The whole place is still floating, And, these shells, they come in, the Phoenicians, with a sail, blindfolded, naked, and in shells. So that's definitely a clue. Definitely. So there we go again. Look, delivering ships off, or building ships. And just showing that because it's an absolutely beautiful church window, isn't it? Good details in that. It's hewed from stone, by the way. Makes you think, how do they do it? You know, one room for airing, you just knock that off. And what are you going to do? Start the whole thing again? Or just stick a bit in with a bit of super glue? You know, how do they do it? It's crazy good anyway. And these mirrors we see all over antiquity, they are definitely mirrors. And I think they would be some sort of communication thing. Looking at this, I'm not sure if this is Van Eyck, but no, a bit earlier. And these are strange little Cherepanowskis banging drums, but I can't get in any closer. She's pointing at this mirror, and if you can see, there's a demonic face in there. It's very haunting. It looks like Satanish. You see that? She's pointing in the mirror. She's showing you there's demons in there, guys. In that. And she's massive, by the way. I think someone's been watching us, guys. What do you think? Do you think old John Travolta's bit of flat earth British? Well, if he's into juice and he wants all the best stuff on the plane, which I'm guessing he does, then he's definitely going to want a bit of flat earth British think tank. So he's flat thumb in there, guys. And he said flat thumbs. Yeah, man. He did. Look. He's going flat thumbs. That's flat thumbs. Oh, yeah, he did. So I don't know what this Phoenician thing is. It could be a tea caddy, all I know, guys. Some sort of burner, open a door, could be radium heater. I don't know. It's very, very beautiful. Could be a heater. So it's like Antique Roadshow, yeah, isn't it? Guess the antique. Flat thumbage, Glenn, my brother. And I've been looking at the styles of the tops of arches, yeah, and these ones are tops of columns as well. These are mud flooded in. I think this is... Ooh. Oh, my brain's gone. Well, it's in Egypt anyway. But the style, they got like these leaves. Yeah, what leaves are they? Are they pine? What kind of leaves are they? Because if they were pine leaves, that would be weird in Egypt, wouldn't it? So what kind of leaves are they? Are they feathers? Or are they feathers? They could be feathers. Very shell-like as well. It's right mud flooded there, look. So... most of the columns are buried. So it's fantastical size, isn't it, guys? It has to be built by giants. There's no men are going to lift them up there. This is a nice example of the explosive power of the World War II high explosive bomb. Powerful enough to splatter everything in that vicinity and throw a double-decker bus at that building. I know. Crazy, isn't it? Today was an interview with Boris Johnson and some other silly sausage. And Boris Johnson said, what, actually the guy said, what do you like to do in your spare time? He said, I like to make models. Oh, really? He said, what of? I like to make models of buses. Yes, I like to make models of buses and paint them. So one of the 10 things that has never ever been said in reality, I build models of fucking buses, came out of Boris the spastic's fucking mouth. Ugh. So yeah, this is a big door for big people. Ridiculous, actually. You know, this is a lady. She's probably 6 foot. So what's that? And why would you need them that big? And how the fuck do you open them? And look at the details. So yeah, obviously to get a giant fruit door. And the shell again. Look, this is a papal thing. This is in the Vatican. I thought, oh, that's weird. Apart from it looking like a face, okay, you got these two toroidals again, and these look exactly like them earpieces you get on the Phoenician head things we looked at my last post, and the shell fitted in between. Some sort of bioorganic circuitry thing going on, and shells are a part of it. I just know it. And check them out. Yeah, you won't, you know, unless you look up, you're not really going to notice the classical architecture, but they're greedy. They're just like so boastful and vain and demonic. Look at the face on that one there. They got to just splatter themselves with all of the clues all over our architecture. So I'm not sure where this is. It might be in Germany, crazy mud flood. But I was looking at the extent of this, the Antiquitech. These are like you get on a church. And tell you what else they remind me of as well. is church organs. Look at the aerials here. There, and these are hanging down like to catch ether charge. So wire coming off them as well. The wire coming off there. We've seen this. I went to a Tatarian building, not dissimilar to this, in England back last year. I showed you on a video, myself and Mel, and they had still all the wires coming off the tech guys. It was fucking fantastic. Again, look, unless you're looking up, you're not going to see them. Look at the details. They got all of their decoration in the wrought iron for the energies. Again, 2 blank panels, mirrors, so that when you walk through the door, you ain't aware of what's going on. Subtle energies going through the wrought iron, blank mirrors, Phoenician statues, the dome, the plane, and the plane, which is always shown above. And not only that, you get this like balustrade. So again, if it's flooded here, you can step off onto this balustrade. But you always get that balustrade and flat plane above the dome in the architecture, which suggests that, you know, that could be a ship. Interesting anyway. Regardless, let's have a look at some more. So there, this building got dismantled, and they've cut a picture of it. So this is supposed to be old America. They've taken this bank, or this end bit of, you know, circuit board city apart, and look at the size of these columns, guys. The people are dots. So this is the classical world. This is like what they call Rome, and it's in America, and they had to get rid of it. They had to get rid of it all. Some of it's still left. And if you get like a Roman mosaic floor that's discovered, it tells you the whole story. Phoenicians, same characters coming out of the water, mermaids, all butt naked, all playing tune, all got a thing for the grapes. It's just weird. Again, a Bacchus fireplace. So I bet that's nice and warm. Be nicer. I don't know what they're growing. At first, when I looked at this, I thought, oh, are they growing ganja in like volcanic, highly, you know, organic, volcanic earth? But then I seen the size of the cars. And they're growing stuff down in these pits where ordinarily you wouldn't be able to grow anything. See, I thought these were just piles of bush when I first looked. So then they're too small for trees. See the size of the cars? So they're growing like some sort of foodage in volcanic ash in these pits by the many, look, right the way up there. So that's good utilization of some volcanic hillside. I bet that stuff, whatever it is, juicy. Don't know what it is though. Anybody know? Mini Earths, Mel says. Oh, I like that. She's always thinking on her toes, that lady. Mini Earths. What if it was like that? I'm wearing that one. There's a neighbor over there, and that also got a son. And it gets too close when it comes over sometimes, and then we get 2 suns you can see in this pond, which is happening. That's what we think. So I think there's definitely something else going on with Persian carpets, guys. It's just the not only the value, but I read a book once by Clive Barker, the guy who done Hellraiser, called Weave World. And the story was, right, is there was like who? There was an entire civilization, or civilization, in fact, multi-dimensional civilizations, down in the weave of a Persian carpet. It was like worlds locked in it. Fantastic book. I'll never forget it. So I always thought about these Persian carpets when I thought about that book. Weave World, it was called. Fantastic book if you want to read a good book. But there's more going on with them. And I think the thread, you know, the thickness, you know, the whole thing about them, the geometry for sure, is there's something more. You know, this speaks to the spiritual realm, if you like. Fantastic carpets, probably why they're valued so much. Beautiful scenery in America land, but look at this promontory here. Old skyscraper, old tower, old tree. Well, these look like these mesas could be old trees. But that one, I don't know. So yeah, if you was medieval crazy dude, right, or even if that is the case, these could be 1700s. See, you put your fingers in there so you can do Edward Scissorhands, like, you know, claw someone's back. And then you got these, like, for just smashing someone's face in with these study things. So I guess that wouldn't kill them, really. Probably hurt a bit, though. So, how? He squaw lovely. So let's have a look what Heap Squaw is wearing. Now, if she lived by the shore, I definitely think she would be wearing shells. So do you know how you get like North American or Native Americans wear these dangly bits here? Like you get on them really funky 60s or 70s suede jackets. Yeah. Not that I ever had one, but I'm just saying they look pretty good on Crosby, Stills and Nash. They're the tech, aren't they? They're catching the subtle energies, and definitely FEBs, email FEBs, different feathers for different occasions, different headdresses. So, are these shells? Was she hanging off of her skirt? So, I think with the Native Americans, the Tatarians, and any of these people, they're all using this sort of ether technology. We're catching subtle energies and stuff. Even the Taurus in a braid. So the whole thing is how we were, the way we were. Can it be that it was all so simple? Look, here's an amphitheatre in Rome, or wherever. Could be Greece, all I know. I don't know why I said Rome. From the Roman world. And all the mud has come in and filled it up to here. So when they built this 2,000 years ago, did they build it, dig all hundreds and hundreds of tons and tons and tons of the hillside away, slot the amphitheatre in, which is probably a water outlet, and fill it all back in with mud again? I think not. I think this is probably the case. All this mud came in later, as it shows, because it's stupid to dig all that mud out. Because it obviously goes that deep, look. Because it goes that deep, look. This thing goes that deep. So that's a fucking lot of mud. Again with Palmyra. These towers in Palmyra, I don't know what they are. They look like some of the ones you see in Bologna, half buried, water damaged here. Sorry I can't go bigger, but I'm going to have to pick Palmyra apart, get some more photographs on it. So the double-tiered Phoenician world, fill it with water, get off here the upper tiers. All built with marble. This stuff can just survive any impact, I would think. And look at marble. What's the word, marble? Well, it's M-A-R like Martin, Marbel. Marbel is marble. In fact, I've got a couple of decodes here. So like Martin, which is to mar something, okay? And tin, so it's to Martin is my name. Marbel is to mar a bell, marble, bells in the word. Or what about maritime, or living in maritime, or mer as well. You got like mer stands for sea, don't you? So you got mercenary, like mercenary, and God, I got hundreds of decodes there. So this is an ancient wooden door in the size of an old temple. I think it's in Thailand. And I just thought that was unusual, this feature here, to have that lake on top of this bit that's just got a lower coast here. The water's there and the water's up there. Thought that was nice. This land rise and capture the water there and stayed there for all that time. Yeah, possibly. Possibly it all just ripped and just got pushed up when this whole place gets pumped up. Again, with these devices or ship things delivered, these could be like ancient delivered. And look at this castle. This is on Lake Garda, where I was supposed to be going last year, by the way, spewing about that. And that's what it looks like. Lake Garda, Tuscany in Italy. Look at it. So this castle still floated. What's its purpose? I don't know. There's no jetties in there. It's not for boats. But it is rather beautiful. There's a little canal as well. So again, could have been floated in there. I don't know. Just beautiful. The Arab world's love colour. Very, very trippy and beautiful. Look at that outside. It's in Yemen, this building, by the way. Yemen. Yemen. Like the name of my mayonnaise that I haven't invented. It's going to be called Yemen. So do you want some Yemen with that? Yes, please. So the four angels on an old mosque. And look at this. And it's got water damage all the way up to there, over the door and there, where the waters came rushing past. And this is not inhabitable, is it? Look. Can't look through there. So these were a device of sorts. And these tile, I guess. And it's like Van de Graaff type of generators. All wheel tech. Crazy good, that one. And I had severe, I always talk about it. I got an infinity with this in my life, been there, dreamt about it. Always thought it was fantastic. Got different eras. You got the Christians and you got the Muslims occupying it, and the Byzantines before then, and supposed to be precede that even. And look how cronky it is outside for such an ancient building. Strange stone, cronky windows. Inside, this place is fantastic. Outside, it looks like bum. It looks poo. No offense, it just does. This is Rochester Castle in England. I'm wondering what this centre bit. Now, if you tear this out into floors, because you've got put lock holes, so the floorboards go across there. Get that, floorboards go across there. You know, that's just like one column, isn't it? One shaft. It's really narrow. Really narrow. So I think that might have been something else, you know, apart from a dwelling. I don't think it's a dwelling. I don't think anything castles were dwelling. I think they were pumping stations, or even dropped off pumping stations. So the Phoenicians in classical bas relief. So that would have been on the side of a building. Poses the question, how do they even get it up there? Back down again. So this is called a sea pen. Or penfish. Penfish. The reason it's called a penfish is because it's supposed to, look like a quill. A quill. Now, a quill is pretty cool, isn't it? It's a feather you write by. In fact, I might go back into quill writing. I did quill writing in the past, and they write beautifully, and I got ink. So they're pretty, aren't they? And they look like a feather as well. They look like a quill. So that's the penfish. So if you're going to build a house in the Alps, okay, if you do with this strange sort of mirror technology, it's like, I live over there. Where? Over there on that hill. Mate, I can't see fuck all. No, it's there. Where? There. So basically, they built it with mirrors. It only reflects the floor when you're underneath it. Some beautiful alpine thing. And they sort of serrated these mirrors, I don't know. Sort of just reflects the mountains, and you can't see the building. I thought that was really funky. I don't know what happens in the sun. Does it glare back? It doesn't look like, does it? So maybe that's the tech. Otherwise, you just see this from 1,000 miles away, wouldn't you? Yeah, I think that is really good. That is beautiful. It just sort of blends in with the countryside. I really like it. If it doesn't glaze like a mirror, reflect like a mirror, that would be fab. I like it. Well, this old tree, was he an old man? I reckon he might have been. Was he vomiting his guts up before he died? I think he might have been a pisshead old tree. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Could be ectoplasm. Maybe he had an ectoplasm fart last moment. Yeah? Any of you ever seen ectoplasm? No, not me. Funny that, isn't it? I don't know. It's just a crazy geological formation. And it looks to me like all of this goes a lot lower, and all of this bit just been filled in with all this mud. It's crazy geology, this one. Beautiful layers. What was it before? I say city. Belbeck. Yeah? Talked about this with that interview I did with Clive. I haven't had that video back. I'm hoping to. I'm going to have to get onto it later. I'll upload that on my channel. It's just ridiculously big, and it wasn't built by wasn't built by humans. It was built by Cain. It was a giant. So yeah, with the narrative earlier, sorry to mix things up, but with the narrative earlier, it cuts in the Phoenicians, and when we get to Ovid in a little while, it's all about the Phoenicians. They even include them in the narrative. Check this out: fans or shells? Fans or shells? Fans, I guess, with the rainbow. Yeah, the Queen was really sinister, saying everybody should stick a rainbow in their house. I thought, uh-oh. That's what I thought when she said it, uh-oh. Because that's the symbol for Noah's flood, isn't it? Size of that for a facade. Imagine the size of that building in the classical world. It has to be the giants. It's too big for us. It's insane. So they build a little church here of shells and pebbles. Pebble Shell Cathedral. So you didn't have to shell out too much for that. And the Oculus, I think, had more purpose. The sun shines straight through and gives it a beam into this device, maybe underneath fields of map, who even knows? That's not the one in the Parthenon, but again, with the feathers or a shell, same as the other ones. You get the plasma burst effect as well. like a big laser beam. It's like the fifth element, isn't it? They're searching for the fifth element. So building the earth. Well, they did it on Dubai. Maybe that's just a microcosm, or they did on a big scale. So they built palm tree earth, and they built an earth as well. And they got a gate at the end as well. So yeah, this is a palm tree you can see if you look from above. Really, really big, as you can see. And built on sand out in the sea in Dubai. So yeah, maybe they just done exactly the same thing with the entire of this place. Fucking just deposited it. I don't know. It's a lady reading a letter that's floating in a pre-Raphaelite picture. But as you can see, everything is just a flooded world. You've got to step up to get in the buildings. Everything else has got water outside, you see? Crazy. The world is flooded back then. The cobra definitely plays a part. Is that a rattlesnake? I'm not sure. So this guy's riding the back of a flying lobster, maybe, on another Roman mosaic. That one's weird. I don't know. It's an anchor chain. Why you picture of an anchor chain? I thought it was really interesting the way it just disappears into perspective and twists. You see the way the anchor chain twists? And then it just goes, disappears, gone. Thought that was pretty cool. I like that. Oh, Squirrel Sniper lives in something like this. So somebody's like hollowed out a little tree, big tree, and he even got upstairs there, look. And he got a chimney, and he got a little shed, and he got a room there. I guess in the bedroom's up there. Oh, as long as nobody torches your tree or there's no forest fires, that's fantastic. I am human. I want a house like that. I want to live in a tree and all. They found this. It's sort of it's in the middle of an estate in China. Oh, sorry, I can't blow it up. But it's a Buddha, an absolutely massive Buddha just left. It's got his head missing. And it's just in a shitty block of flats in China. Can you see that? What a fucking thing that is. Crazy, crazy. Oh, look at this for weird art as well. I think this might be the Norwegians. They keep doing a weird art pack. And this one is umbilicals. Not babies in embryonic fluids in bellies. So I was thinking about this. I was thinking, hang on a minute. So when we are actually, growing in our mothers, we never ever breathe air. We're breathing water. Our lungs are filled with water. Okay. And we get our nutrition from our mother's umbilical cord. Okay. And the moment that we come out of the water, they get the water out of us so we don't choke, cut the umbilical cord, bam, we're in this realm. Now, in my mind, I think we are like fish out of water, sucking for air. I reckon, guys, that we once breathed water. And this was maybe an underwater world. We have not got our full abilities, but maybe when we were in water, like a baby, we had our full abilities. And as soon as we come out, two lost souls swimming in a fish bowl, year after year. We breathe water. We breathe water before we breathe air. She's given us the one eye. I'm wondering if someone spent ages on this woman's eye. How did she get so fab? But I don't think she's Indian. I think she's just modeling as an Indian. They get all these henna things, don't they? The lady down the chip shop got them. I think they're fantastic. Nice jewelry. And it's got the old thing on the old mind's eye. And beauty. We do beauty. And there's more beauty. My rabbit's got fur like that. Look at the eyes on that panther. Do you know what? I'd be so tempted to just go up and clutch that thing and give it a big old fat squeeze. But I'm sure it would eat my face, which would be unfortunate. But I would really love to love that. Maybe if I got to know it when I was young. Yeah, like born free as the... Oh, see, birds, they love one another. And magpies, crows, and all that, they all stay together. They love one another. Look at that. I love you. Cooch, cooch, cooch. Animals feel love. Oh, love that. So, yeah, this strange deposit, or what's called a microstone, which covered on Flat with British Think Tank channel, decides to open up its Phoenician portal directly over Rio de Janeiro. In fact, I go a bit more directly over Christ the Redeemer. Spooky. I don't know. I'm guessing it's like warmer air dropping and taking the snow down into this mushrooming effect. Unless anybody else can tell me what that is. Bad kitty. Oh, Neil, it might be nice. You don't know. Take a chance in it, mate, in this place, yeah? You never know. I could do that crocodile Dundee thing going with my fingers, yeah? And it'll just be like all docile and just like drop at my feet, yeah? And then we can have a born free moment, like born free. As free as the wind blows. I don't know what causes that, but I think it's trippy. Also that, which looks like Neapolitan ice cream. What caused that? And what is that? I'll tell you what that is. That salt formations. And I think they're in Syria. Unusual, aren't they? Looks like crystal, but salt is. So that would work brilliantly in the circuit board scenario. Love the old crystals. Yeah, do you know this crazy ass goatage, yeah? They got massive horns, like as big as their bodies, probably weighing about a ton. And they fucking jump up and down all of these cliffs all day. Forgive me, you guys, but that just seems ridiculous. They don't fall, and they got hoofy woofies. And they got the big things on their heads. Do they balance them? Do they dig them in? It's just, it always gets me. And you know, you get in Morocco, you get goat trees. Tree goats. Not goat trees. Tree goats. Goats, the standing trees in Morocco, yeah? But I think they've been all eating the local plants there. Who even knows? So, yeah, churches are evil. Here's the Jesuits. They got a load of... is this water, I wonder? So it's coming out of the clouds again. Same with the laurel leaf. Fasces. Oh, Michael has fasces in this. So Michael has fasces and he's killing who? Those other people. That might not be Michael. It doesn't give us his name. There's Michael. There. Oh, these are the four angels. Michael's got the fiery sword there. And I'm guessing Gabriel has got the fasces. This could be Raphael. Okay. And the plasma burst, reset, and the troublemakers. Ooh. 2 columns, Masonic, Johanna Boas, and bound exactly the same way as a fasces. And the plasma burst on top. Everything you want to know about your reality is in that one corner, guys. I don't think the whole of our reality about all of this saintage, like, or all these angels and all what happens electromagnetically has just been made up. Yeah, if you read and decode the analogy and all of it, they're not pennies drop, and then you can just see what they're talking about. Which, you know, gives some urgency to the matter in my brain. I'm thinking, alarm call. Yeah, Michael's shown up. That means his time's running out. I think something should fucking get done. There's Hieronymus Bosch's globe, and he puts a flat plane inside of a dome with a bottom dome, just like the Greek version. So some sort of deal's done in a mud flood, look. So the key, again, nautical term like the key, the Masonic handshake, a star, the 2 opposing wheat chaps, the hourglass for time, and 10 to 4 on the clock. So that's the deal that's done between resets from whoever is living in the clouds. And who's living in the clouds or hiding, or was, in the water. Spooky, isn't it? So this got sent to me this morning by Chris. Okay, Chris Brown, who's my brother from another mother. And this is a gas-powered, electric-powered old world car and an electric charger, and it's just been left there. Maybe the guy died, but electric charger unit and electric car, that's what they were doing back in the days in the 1930s by the look of it. Gone back a bit, haven't we? So I'm going to come back for a tiny second. Good to see you. So, Matic, 899 if you want to check on hourglass, egg timer. Yeah. That's what I meant. Sorry, egg timer. I am human. Don't might be a Donny. Be careful. Donna might be a Donny. Be careful. Oh yeah, I get you. Yeah, we're careful. Don't worry. We're good at all this. James, you're an animal. Intuitive. Ooh, what did James say? Can't dummy sure. Good to see you. Looks like Pink Alea. It might be hilarious. I think I read Syria though. But that might be good salt. They got the Dead Sea there, haven't they? And that's the most saltiest place on earth, isn't it? What up, true family? Been a lot of love coming in this week. It's been fantastic. I was really happy to come back after 2 days, and people were happy for it. Obviously, it's nearly 900 of you here, so that's fantastic. And YouTube are lying like motherfuckers. It was probably a lot more. It was in my analytics last video. Hippie shake, do the hippie shake. Wow, that's a long life for that love in the midst. Oh, they're having a conversation. Paul Owens, good to see you. Jesse Jacks. Yeah. And Michael De Silva and Michael Plantus and kind of dummy and John is here as well. And Magis Way. Okay, now. Quite a bit left to share, and we are an hour and 40 minutes into this blog, which is excellent. They go up to the minerals. They get minerals so that they can climb in order for it to be interesting. Okay, Mary Smith, thank you for that. Anyway, Dream Watcher, good to see you, my brother. So, who give me that? $100. Oh my God, Flat Lake Media. For the solid year of dropping a juice. I've been doing it for years. I was looking on my Flat Earth. Thanks, my brother. Really need it. I was looking back on my Celtic Tatarian channel, and some of the juice I was popping up 4 fucking years ago was blowing my head off. I thought, fuck me, only 1,000 people watches, and I had like 89 likes. And it's like, if I put this out on my channel now, I'd have like fucking loads. It's just nobody like sort of recognized it back then. And don't know it's there, that resource, which it is. Celtic Tatarian channels, fucking 5 years of juice on there, guys. Some shit. Some stuff that was just no fiber and that, but there was good juice. Ryan Caraway, what's up, brother, from across the pond? Hugh, good to see you. So, cells, yeah, that's a funny thing, isn't it? Cells like the human cells. And cells, prisoners, prison. Welcome home, brother. So, yeah, it's a big happy family. Well, that's what I think I'm here for, is to basically get all the family back together after the last time. And I'm good at it. I'm good at getting people together. So let me change color, change mood. Yeah, that's nice. That's warm. That's red. Okay. Stone Daddy's here. Good to see you. Now, further clues, which fits right straight into the same narrative as I showed you for Michael, okay, is in the Ovid's poem. I don't want to read it all because I'm not really in ready mood, but I want to show you some clues, okay? And that's what we're going to look at next, okay? So, I read this, my last post, a little bit of it, and it's about, well, it's just craziness about the origins of Earth, etc. But it's that narrative of when Satan, having been banished into gloomy Tartarus, the world was under control by Jupiter, and the Silver Age succeeded, worse than that of gold, yet more precious than that of tawny brass. Jupiter shortened the periods of the ancient spring, and by means of winter and summers and autumns variable in temperature, and then short spring, he arranged the year into 4 divisions. Okay, we get that. The first of them was air patched, with sultry heat glowed, and the ice hung suspended, bound up in the winds. All right, I won't go on with that. Anyway, so the what I wanted to show you is this is supposed to be Greek. This is supposed to be Roman or Phoenician, and it gives you an alternative. Now, what you get in Ovid is everything from murder to incest to basically reset, everyone dying. And in one case, a guy has to be transformed into birds to get away from the Phoenician nightmare, it says. So they say it's Greek. I say that it's Roman. If you Google it, they say that Ovid was a Roman poem, but in here it says classical Greek. But anyway, some of the things we could learn about it, okay? Now remember, it says, okay, to see Ovid. Okay, so we're seeing Ovid because the clues just crashed like a two trains crashing together on the last bit that I'd done about, you know, Michael. So definitely alludes to the glorious god Apollo. We recognize all these by now, and they're other basically personifications. But at what cost? There was a nymph daughter of a river god, again with the water, who was turned off to love. She had coaxed a promise from her father not to force her to wed. So what are these gods doing all marrying? Is this some sort of contract? What do they mean wed? Because wedding on earthly realm is just a legal contract and a big load of poo. Yeah, it's voodoo. You know, get that fucking Satan's cross on Satan's ring on that finger, man. It's a fucking magic spell to do with the devil, man. Anyway, so when Apollo, shot by one of Cupid's arrows, pursued her, would take no for an answer, the river god obliged his daughter by turning her into a laurel tree. Apollo did what he could and cherished the laurel. So again, that laurel they put on the heads. So there's Europa and Zeus. So the Phoenician king Angora's daughter, Europa. So that was the one with the Nellies we seen earlier on the statue, the big Nellies, whose name was given to the continent of Europe, was playing when she saw the enticing milk white bull that Jupiter was in disguise. So Jupiter was in disguise as a bull, so shape-shifting. First, she played with him, decorating him with garlands. Then she climbed on his back and set off, carrying her across the sea to Crete, where she revealed his true form. Europa became queen of Crete, so like concrete, in the first book, Metamorphosis. Anyway, we'll go on. So this is the origins of Narcissist and Narcissus, or Narcissus the flowers. Is the beautiful Narcissus scorned those who loved him, cursed. He fell in love with his own reflection, pined away, turning into a flower named after him. So the Narcissus is from Caravaggio's art. It was the artist I was trying to remember earlier. So he fell in love with his own reflection, again with the reflection, again with the water, and a narcissist and Vanity's Fair. Again, just fitting right in with this paradigm. It's making so much sense. All the warnings are here. This is a fucking it's like a fucking navigate the Phoenician paradigm for dummies manual, guys. So William Shakespeare in Midsummer Night's Dream included two Babylonian lovers who were Paramus and Thisbe, communicated with each other through a chink in the wall. This painting shows the side of which Thisbe talked and listened. So walls have ears, I only said on my last post. So what could that mean? Could mean surveillance. So Proserpines and visit to the underworld. Okay, so again with Tartarus and the underworld is included in there. Okay, a visit to the underworld in the 5th book, and a spider challenges Minerva to a weaving contest. So how can a spider, an actual spider, have a weaving contest with the goddess Minerva? So it's the Romans. It's, you know, Minerva's supposed to be the Roman goddess, and here she is in a Greek poem. So it's just the Phoenicians. And there you are. You get to the juice at the end, and it's Ovid's Metamorphosis, where you get the whole of the paradigm completely changed, guys. There's a bit of murder involved in this one as well. So Philomena and Baucis, okay, in Ovid's book 8. I'll give you this link so you find out about it. And the Death of Hercules as well, which is all about blood. So there's a clue in that concerning blood. And the Rape of Ganymede. They don't go into details, but the Rape of Ganymede is the story of Jupiter's abduction of the most handsome mortal, the Trojan prince Ganymede, who came to serve as a cupbearer for the gods. Ganymede is usually represented as a youth, but Rembrandt shows him as a baby and shows Jupiter snatched the boy while in eagle form. The little boy is quite obviously scared to reply to his father, King Tros, eponymous founder of Troy, Jupiter gave him two immortal horses. Two immortal horses. This is but one of the several stories of the beauties in the 10th book. So spooky. And the murder of Orpheus as well. So you've got murder in it as well. Fucking really fucked that book. This one's weird. Look at this one. So Achelon feared her husband would die on a sea voyage and begged to go with him. Denied, she instead waited until a dream ghost announced that he was dead. Oh, fucking hell. That happens to people in, when their husbands get killed in war, don't they? It's like they have a dream or a visit. I got to be honest, though, I didn't have any visit by dead relatives. Ovid tells the story of a murder of his famed musician Orpheus. He was described the musicians' contest between Apollo and Pan. So what was Apollo playing? I'm guessing Pan was playing the pipes. As parentage of Achilles. And the story of Syrax, the son of the sun god, is a love story with an unhappy ending made tolerable by the metamorphosis of the loving husband and wife turning into birds. Which they show in Bernini statues we've shown many, many times. And the fall of Troy, which is a definite Phoenician thing. Helen, we've picked this apart. She was the face that launched 1,000 ships. Whole of the Troy has fallen, just like the Carthaginian Empire or the Roman Empire. And you got the Trojan horse, haven't you? And I don't think that's just a gift. Everyone was fucking stupid and wheeled that wooden horse in. I think this is like a more important colloquial term for something that's happening now. The infiltration of a gift, giving someone a gift and wingling their way into a society, maybe. You get me? I think that's what it means. So again, Period Acolyte by Waterhouse in 1911, and she's got some geometry on there. Tipped wine. And Ovid's Morphosis, Pythagoras, and School of Athens. So it goes into Pythagorean stuff. So that's also included in it as well. So there's that Trojan horse they dragged in. That sounds like a nonsensical fucking thing anyway. Non-coincidental. Italian of the tale of Troy, and they wheel her in, and then they all pile out and kill them all. It's a likely story. Now, I'm going to come back for a minute because I'll tell you why. I'm going to bring something up, and I'm going to play for you while I'm going to drink because I'm absolutely fucking dying of thirst here, and I will be back directly. Now, what I'm going to show you, just bring it up, is, excuse me, some depictions of Ovid that are beautiful. I'll play them for a second. I shoot off. Excuse me. So good to see you. 400 and odd of you thumbing me up. If you do like the video, make sure to thumb me up and make sure to share this video out, all right? Because it all helps with Flat Earth Britishness, etc. Now, I'm going to mute my microphone, share screen, play a bit of tunage, and share some of these pictures while I go off and I grab a quick coffee, which is in my coffee thingy. And then I'll come back, give you all shouts and all that. 832 of you watching. There's a little bit more to go. Make sure you stick around to the I am back. Good to see you guys. Yeah, just nipped off a quick coffee. Got a little bit more to show you. I will be back in a day or so on the Great Flat Earth British Think Tank channel. And I'll recap and give you all shouts in a minute. Okay, so only gonna be like a 2.5 hour vlog because fucking just so fucking tired with everything that I've been doing in the last few weeks. It's just been craziest. Great manifestation, bro. Carrie has just been the most incredible thing. You should see the buzzes I'm always on. Just the maddest thing. Okay, Merryman's here. Good to see you, my friend. Mary Smith, little Gazbo. 777, it says. That's nice. Andrew, good to see you, my friend. Caddy, thanks, love. And Dallas Fowler's here. Why can't you tell knock-knock jokes in front of a dog? I don't know. Let's find out. You're going to tell us? I like a good knock-knock joke. Come on. What's the answer to that? Hey, don't hang me in suspense, yeah. Come on, Dallas Fowler. Skull and Crossbones here. Marriage Mirage. Oh, that's a good one. Great slidage. Thanks, Dave. You'll probably find them on the photo drop too. If you get on photo drop too, I dropped about 1,000 pictures on there. Yeah, only yesterday. So nice tints. Thank you, Mel. Carrie and Jenny. I'm in heaven here already. Yeah, we all get nice feelings, don't we? The last one was fantastic. So loved that. Buzzed my head off on the last one. Brilliant. So thank you, hippie, lovely shake. Who's Teresa? Who's my friend? Kai. Need to write that story after reset, trying to patch these holes in the plane. Don't worry about all that because we are seriously fucking on it. Yeah, like more than anyone else, I would say. Thank you, Leslie. And so, I've got a mini spider on me. Oh, I've got goose pimples. Weird. All my hairs are standing on end, like static-y. Weird. A lot of like static-y stuff happening on my arms. I don't know what that is. Weird. Sonia's here. Thank you. Marcelo, good to see my friend Liddy. Andrew Alterman. Margaret Walter. Glenn's here as well. Squirrel, do you see that house? You jealous? Do you wish you live in it? I bet you do. But you might have a better treehouse. I don't know. Ina's here. Good to see you. Or Ina. Lots of fuckery in pretty pictures. Yeah, there's lots of going on in them colour depictions I just showed you. My old mate Brian from Up the Sticks. John Ori. Let's get thumbs up to match the watches. Yeah, man, do that. Thumbs up, bitch. A lot shareage and all that caper all helps with the analytics of getting more people to find the truth, because I don't want to be flogging a dead horse, and time's ticking a fucking way, and I'm trying, you know, I'm getting like the message that I need to do more, and I'm thinking, well, what the fuck more? I'm doing everything I can, ain't I? And apparently I'm not. Yeah, I need to be like a little bit more fucking pushy and assertive, getting fucking things done. You know, it's no use pissing in the wind in this reality or limiting yourself. Yeah, you need to fucking think big. Yeah, something fucking big is what we need to do. Yeah. Queensland, yeah, good to see Mr. Bryce. Oh, yeah, there was Martin Liedtke down there. Martin Liedtke, Flat Earth British Info.com should be back sometime in the future, I hope. And martinliedtke7@gmail.com for my email address. Okay. So QSense is here. So Dank. And I, Rob, sure. Jason is here. I have the same feeling. Yeah, many of us are feeling the same, so don't worry. You know, I remember even before the vlog, I was like, I just don't really feel like doing this. I don't feel like you know, why me? But then I know the answer to that, and I can't doubt myself anymore. If I ask for signs, I get them like you wouldn't believe. So I can't doubt it. So I just feel that I got to do it. Come and tell you. So that's what I do. Even though I don't want to, if that makes sense. I don't want to. I don't want to do this. Honestly, just terrible, weird feeling earlier. Memory man. Anyway, let's get and share the last bit, okay, guys, because I don't want to be hanging around forever. So I'm going to switch. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, my friend. Okay. On a mish, bruv. Don't mess with the missionary man. He's got God on his side. And I tell you what else as well. Yeah. We got some big hitters in our team. Bad Parry. Good to see you. We got the big guns, yo. Slim Pickens. Bavaria was a great idea. Best, but no one has the balls to do it. I'm sick of sharing the site, bruv. I've been years doing it. Nothing. I do it because I think, well, I'll just persevere until something happens. But you know what? I'm sick of fucking waiting. I'll just leave that to the winds, not even fucking think about it, because I'm sick of thinking about it. Yeah, it's soaked up too much of my time. And you know what's been achieved? Sweet fuck all. Yeah, because people think everything's going to be okay. They just sit on their fucking bank accounts thinking everything's going to be okay, and I'll spend it all on soups and everything when everything goes on top later. It's not going to be no good. Yeah, you need to find like-minded people who know how to survive and just get things, future currency, silver, stuff like that. Get your health fucking right. Get it all sorted. That's what needs to be happening right now, while we got the little tiny interim period before they lock the whole of us down again with another fucking wave. Do you think they ain't going to do that? They told everyone they're going to do that. Yeah, and everyone else is dropping like fucking flies with a jab. They've all just took an experimental fucking vaccine, guys, showing everybody that we're in an experiment. It doesn't get spookier or weirder than that, guys. Yeah? So we need to respond in kind. No, surely. Oh, I'm on my fucking own sometimes with all this idea and thinking. But I am in the saving God business, so I would just do it. Marcelo, good to see you, my brother. Thanks for that. What's that? Yeah, but it's just a fucking weapon against us, you know. Get everyone to volunteer. How fucking sick they get everyone to go and do it willingly. Yeah, it's just unreal, fucking scary, especially when people are taking their kids. Thanks, Tracy, to be vaccinated as well. And pregnant women. Yeah, they don't even know what it does. Deco, Julian, Scott, what's happening, my brother? Okay, Jersey here, Jersey Bob, is it? Ah, Jersey Bob's there. Good to see you. I think that all of these personalities and all of these things are all what's happening now. The characters, I think it's all playing out. I definitely 100% think this now, and all of that is telling us what's happening. 100%, no doubt about it. As fantastical as it may seem, I think that's the case. And we get to break it. We get to put it right. But we got to get it right. Otherwise, I'm going to say. Anyway, on with the show. So here's where we're at. Martin Liedtke's channel. Okay. And we did this 2 days ago. If you haven't seen it already, Hell's Bell, she sells seashells, which is the idea of shells being more like a technology. They basically calcium carbonate can, when in seawater, conduct electricity very, very well, but it does have conductive properties and turns into limestone, which means all the buildings like this in antiquity couldn't possibly harness the charge, which they did. Okay, and the lime as well, the mortar of the Romans had bone in it, possibly the dead, and shells. So there's big clues with the shells. And as I mentioned earlier, the Celtic Tatarian channel, I was going through it today. In fact, we were killing it way back. I know it says a year ago, but this stuff was 2 years ago. And it goes back as far as 2015 with all of this stuff, yeah? Tataria and mud flood. Way go back there. So if, and how it all unfolded. So if you don't know, go and check it out. We were getting really good views back then before basically the channel got taken out. Long story, but don't worry about it. But look at all the juiciness on there, guys. Benini, Babel. So yeah, if you don't know, that's our channel. It's linked below this video as well. I have also got this coming out. Somebody, Ravi, who's in chat just now, said he just bought it on Kindle. So that's the first person to tell me it's just got released on Kindle yesterday. Today. Oh, I should be celebrating. Oh, holy fuck. I released a book today. I've done shit. Oh, mind you, I'm going to celebrate with. Right, I have. How many of you? 734 of you. We're fucking celebrating. Right. Yeah, so this was released today. The Holy Grail, the Great Reset, questions part 1, questions part 2 to come, and it is Mind Splat. It will be out on Amazon very soon. I'll keep you informed. You'll be able to get pre-orders and a physical copy next month. I will have this in my hands in the next couple of weeks. It's all getting done and printed up. Okay, guys? But it's out on Kindle already. Isn't that exciting? Wow, my second book's out, guys. Fuck me. Wow. I'm down in history, man. Yo. Well, yeah, flat of British think tanks in this loads of times. In fact, loads of you guys are included in this. My friends and stuff in here. And we had good write-ups as well. Cool. So there it is. Make sure to keep an eye out if you want to find out about that. And I have the same book. I also have the Holy Grail of Flat Earth, of our Flat Earth. So let me just come back from there because the page I want to share is not actually there. Bring it back down. That's where we're at the moment, guys. So make sure to look out for that book. It is a fantastic read, and I will show you how much of a good read it is when it comes out, or when I get it in my hands. So yeah, I'm going to be diving off in 5 minutes. I just want to play one thing for you, a little bit spooky and a little bit like to do with what we just talked about. And I'm going to come back a second. Do not play, you fucker. Excuse me. Okay. So I want you to listen to this. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures as well, because I can. Okay. If you just give me a second, I'm going to share screen. Mute mic. It's only 15 seconds or so, but I want you to hear this. Think about what I said about Michael, Angel Michael, everything that I've said about with the allegory, everything I said about that he fights evil and wins. Needs a hand. Lily, right, yeah. I'd love to know what the fuck she's on about, you know, hidden by a disc of golden light. Sort of all of that now, it fits in with the sun portal sort of aspect. Yeah. Okay, we're going to... If I'd have known that today, I'd have fucking done something. I'd at least have eaten something nice. All I've done all day is just fucking work. I didn't even know. Oh, Raz. So yeah, celebratory flat thumbs. Book 2. A Flat Earth British Orphanage. Okay, this is for you. And Okay. Book 2, Flat Earth British, The Holy Grail, The Great Reset, Questions, Part 1. Release today on Amazon. Happy times. See, you're not allowed to do that anymore. Shit reality. Oh, that one don't work. Oh, that one don't work. That's probably got spilt a coffee on it. What about this one? Oh, the fat doesn't work. I know, I'm potty. Cuckoo. Thank you. There you are. I tip my hat to you. Thank you very, very much for all your support. What a fantastic fucking week. Let's keep this going. Strike while the iron's hot. Okay, and I'll be back in a day or two on Flat Earth British Think Tank. I had to get that up because it was just all weird and trippy, and it all makes so much sense in these times we live in. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Thank you, Missy. Congratulations, she says. Woohoo. Down in history, yeah? Down in history. Even when I snuff it, my artwork, my art, which is my writing, will still exist, and the YouTube. Ace. But a girl, if the world's still, yeah, which very much not. Unless we kick ass. Verkajan. Kate Bush knows, yeah, man. She's just like, what? Cloud bursting, running up that hill. It's just so many of her tracks, you know. The Red Shoes is very demonic, though. But she lost her father just before that album, apparently, and went a bit nutty. So, yeah, Mary Smith, good to see you, memory man. But yeah, fabulous, fabulous. But social engineers. J Rob, good to see you. Bravo says love, thank you. Archangel Mako. Archangel Mako. Mako, yeah, Mako. Oh yeah, Mako. That's like a didgeridoo. Didgeridoo. Fuck yeah. Over and over again. See how? We're going to silver. And when you breathe out, it's just like a rain cloud. Relief that comes pouring down on thirsty world. 100% agree with that, my brother. JJ, you're the man, Martin. Thank you very much. Yeehaw, says love in the midst. What a lovely name that is, isn't it? Love is in the midst. Glenage, going to buy a new keyboard today. This one has had it. Is it? You've coffeed it up too much, have you, my brother? I don't do that. Ever spill coffee. Flatted, says Dragon Sage. Smoking, says Brian. Oh, good. I forgot about that. So, yeah, I should be celebrating, yeah. Don't worry, I'll celebrate in the future. Yeah, so basically, I'll just, you know, I got a celebration in lieu. Yeah, so I can do something in the future and say, I'm celebrating my new book. Okay, I'm a celebration second book in lieu. It's exciting, isn't it? Oh, I never knew that. I forgot all about it. Okay, now. So, yeah, Inna, good to see you, Dave. Thank you, Marcelo. Good to see you. Dean is here as well. Thank you, my brother. Maybe read a paragraph. Yeah. I will. I'll do that. I'll read you a couple of paragraphs. Give you a teaser. Okay, I can do that. I'll do it in my next vlog then, okay? Because I have it here. So, I haven't got the paper book. Yeah, not yet. I want it, though. Flums, Fat Flums. Kate Bush was a Welsh witch. Oh, yeah, she was 100% a witch. No fucking shit, yeah. Brown Eyes is here. Hi, Brown Eyes. Squirrel Sniper who lives up a tree. And Dragos, red shoes, poppy shoes, human skin. Well, the red shoes have now turned ruby. No, they turned green in Wizard of Oz. They're no longer red. The blood of the innocent. Ravine, apparently. Neil, go on. It's just a jab. It's good for you. That's not good advice at all. But I can see the sarcasm. So, yeah, I know. Go and have it. It's fucking great for you. C Coop. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. It's good for your bits. Congratulations. They'll come out with something. We'll give you all £1,000 if you're okay. They've offered some money, £500 or something for a jab. Yeah. Take your sprogs. We'll give you 500 quid for them. Yeah. Queen, Black Sabbath. A good taste, my man. And Glaciage, yeah. Yeah, nice one, Flat Lake Media. Yeah, you're a fucking spar, you are. Thanks for that, my brother. John Trotter. And what's the Squirrel Sniper saying? don't know, Bob Dallas Fowler. I am human, living amidst. Now, so that's me for today. I've done a lot here in the last day or so, and we've got 2 vlogs to catch up with now, all you Flat Earth British peeps, and I'll be back on the Flat Earth British Think Tank in a day or 2, as I just said, and I'm flat today as well. Okay, so lots to look forward to. Anything happens in the meantime, any interviews, I will just put them all up on our channels. Make sure to subscribe to them all. Make sure to donate if you can, like it's called a tip or something, because it's Tuesday. I'm just kidding. And make sure to like that button, because it won't come up on the analytics if you don't. Like, you don't notify me either. And anything else, YouTube. Okay, because YouTube's like that. Oh, fucking with us at the moment, it's crap in its little pants and science, which it should be as well. Fuck them. Muddy Buzz, see you next, whatever that was. Oh, yeah, buy my book. Links down below on Amazon. Have a read. Okay, but we'll have the physical copy soon. Okay, and I'll have X amount that I can do a little competition and send some out signed copies. Okay, so I think I get like 28 copies or something like that first spot. So my there she is there, Nora. So Bratislava study proves that dangerous hydrogel and tubes are being put into the body with the PCR test swab. Well, I'm not going to put that up my fucking nose. The thing is, they can just put it in your mouth if it works. Doesn't, you know, if that's the case, Nora, they just swab your fucking cheek. And Nick, who's punk it words, yeah, he had a test in a Bangkok hotel they had him like locked up in, and he went live and his eyes were streaming. This is a big fucking 6'2" bloke, and he was crying. He's like, that was terrible. Yeah, all his eyes were streaming. They just rammed it right up. You know, this is fucking. People have been saying anyway. I've seen one vlog that a guy had it done and he died of a brain tumor 2 days later. They can fuck off with sticking anything up my fucking nose and tell you that for nothing. It's the principle of the matter. I don't care what they fucking say. Fuck right off. Put it near me. Fucking, I'll bend your arm off. Hugh, good to see you. Randy Weathers, just can't wait. Band, I like that. Matthew Titus. Folks who take the jab will be different people in 18 months. I think it works sooner than that. Matthew, my brother. I've seen people change like a couple of days. Something going on with that. It's really spooky stuff. Yeah, it's like that horror film. Which one was it? It's all like a fucking horror film, and it's a fucking reality. That's why something needs to be done. Everyone's pissing in the wind, thinking it's a fucking joke. What do you need? Just had the whole of civilization locked down for a fucking year, and they're gone mad. They want to kill everyone with a fucking experimental vaccine, guys. Oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do to get everyone to listen. Congratulations, thank you, Desert Diagnosis, Benny Riley. Fucking flogging a dead horse. If all this comes on top, you'd be saying, I'm sorry, Matt, we should have fucking listened. I'm telling you now. You will. You need to fucking do something now, guys. Oh, thanks, Nora. And bend over. No bend over this evening. Yeah, it was classic, that was, wasn't it? I was pissing myself later, reading my chat back. Classic name, that is, bend over. Oi, bend over. What? So you shouted that in the street, you'd be in fucking trouble, wouldn't you? Especially you shouted that across the road. Oi, bend over. You want to punch him off me? Or a woman worse, I'd be like, fucking hell. Oh, please for pulling that. Love, good to see you. Q Essence. With no fat button, how am I going to celebrate? That's what I was thinking. Maybe I can generate a real one. I was joking. I am Longfrog. Good to see you, my brother. Much love to you. Tristan Laverack. Jano Jassy. Fucking hey, my brother. Most High is definitely 1 squillion% with us right now. You can't feel it. Feel sorry for you. Hippie shake. Do the hippie shake. Shake the boogie woogie. He's sitting in a pool of coffee. Oh, that's when I fucked off screen. I've got a rabbit on my foot. It's really soft and squishy. Very, very nice. Ugh. That's going to cause chaos. Fuck it. Don't even worry about it, Gary, yeah? Don't even worry about what's going to happen to the people who got it fucking coming. You want to think about now is the people who deserve it. who deserve to get out of this shit, who deserve a life, who can see clearly, who haven't been complacent in it all, who haven't been part of this fucking satanic machine, yeah? Because living it and doing it, ignorance is not bliss, guys, is what I'm trying to say, okay? You won't get out of it that way, okay? You have to be batting for the right team, and we're it, okay? We're good people, good loving people, every one of us. I gotta go, guys. Anyway, that was epic. Yeah, I do actually think, as crazy as it sounds, that the Angel Michael is probably an electrical force, but the clue is, I think that there is all analogous for some sort of weapon, but it's to do with individuals in this realm at this present moment of time as well, like me and you. So we're in biblical prophecy, guys. I definitely think it's the case. I think we're part of it all this time. I think the book's about us. I know. It sounds fucking nuts, but I really do think that's the case. Sketches, come over. Sketch, if you could get on a plane, Glenn, and come over, my brother. And Zal Moxage, he's out there and walking in the outback somewhere, chucking fucking boomerangs at music centres. Fucking get over here, Zal. Brilliant. I got a shed. You can move him. I got a caravan outside. You can move my caravan. Zal. Emigrate. What's that? Emigrate. Celebrate. Emigrate. Prometheus Walnut, good to see you once again, my friend, as well. Martin Haley. No, if I've missed anybody, I'm really sorry. Let me just see if I can just. I like to shout everyone. TW. My dad got it. He seriously thought he was smartest, depressing. Finding out with a lot of people, I thought they were a lot smarter. Yeah, I've lost all respect for a lot of people in this, guys. Yeah, I think to myself now when they got him on, I'm like, you fucking wanker. I got no fucking respect for you whatsoever. Couldn't even stand up to the television. Fuck right on. Do you know what I find here, guys? Is people ain't afraid of death. Yeah, they're afraid of living. It's what they are. They're afraid of living in this place. Yeah, this place is infinitely fantastic if you make it so. Yeah, you see the shit I do. I always do fantastic stuff. And do you know why it's fantastic? Because I fucking make it so. Okay? Like the soul of the party, guys. You just joined. So I hope I haven't had too many rants, but I do feel really passionate, especially at this moment in time. I'm just sick of people waiting. I'm sick of people just pissing in the wind and wasting time. When now, we got a little fucking narrow window of time before they definitely go crazy and lock us all down again, guys. Okay, so if something's not done now, I don't know when we're going to get out of it, is what I'm saying. Anyway, much love, peace and love. Flat Firm, 668 of you. 2 of you stay there. Do not disappear. Anyway, platforms, I'll see you in a day or so. Okay, thanks, guys. Much love.